Democracy lives in light. The Charlie Kirk Show.
Okay, everybody, email us as always, freedom@charliekirk.com. I want to tell you about Why-Refi. Why-Refi is a great way to get out of privately held student loan debt. Go to whyrefi.com. You can finally take control of your student loan situation with a plan that works for your monthly budget. Go to whyrefi.com. Why-Refi refinances distressed and defaulted private student loans, which are different from federal loans. Many clients aren't even able to make the minimum monthly payment on their private student loans when they first contact Why-Refi. If you go to whyrefi.com, you can read the testimonials from other people who have been where you are and how they have escaped privately held student loan debt. You can finally take control of your student loan situation with a plan that works for your monthly budget. Go to whyrefi.com. That is YREFY.com. Why-Refi can reduce your monthly payment and guarantees interest rates. Go to whyrefi.com. That is YREFY.com. So please take a look at it right now. That is whyrefi.com. Email us as always, freedom@charliekirk.com, and subscribe to our podcast. That is the Charlie Kirk Show podcast page. And also become a member today, members.charliekirk.com. We'll be right back. Okay, everybody, welcome back. Email us, as always, freedom@charliekirk.com, and subscribe to our podcast. If we do not have control over our great cities, then we are not a nation. We're something else. Share of Americans who think crime is a major problem in certain locations. 81% of Americans think that crime is a major problem in our large cities. And again, crime is not some sort of mystery. This is not us trying to come up with a vaccine or a pharmaceutical treatment for a virus or a disease, and we need to kind of have a Manhattan Project type thing to bring everyone together. No, this is actually very solvable. Very simple, not hard. You need to allow police to do their job. You need to put people in jail for longer periods of time. You need to increase the amount of police force and increase the amount of force in general on the ground. This is not hard. The left and the high society types, they want you to think that crime is just normal and you have to put up with it. And honestly, Mayor Giuliani and Mayor Bloomberg showed that you can reduce crime in New York City dramatically. You do not need to have a council of PhDs sitting around and hypothesizing, well, maybe we send social workers. And now the mayor of Washington, D.C., Muriel Bowser, is thanking President Trump. Thanking President Trump, saying this surge and this swarm of resources was very good. A complete 180. Had to admit it, it completely worked. This is a template for the rest of the country. There has been an 84% drop in carjackings, and Blake made a very good point when we first started. This better work. We better have numbers and data. Like, for example, if carjackings went down 10%, okay, that's a big push. But an 84% drop in carjackings. This is a 99-1 issue. If Republicans want to win the future, we need to be harsh on crime. Harsh on crime. Not just hard, harsh on crime. People now can be more relaxed at stoplights. People can walk this Labor Day weekend at night in D.C. and not have to worry about some teenager coming up and mugging them. And we've put up with this largely because of an entire class of people that Rob Henderson calls, we just had an amazing interview with him, really great, one of my favorite interviews I've done recently, of the luxury belief class. His entire theory is that there is a group of people, the ruling class, that hold luxury beliefs that are status markers that push policies on the rest of the population that they themselves never have to live under the consequences of. 81% of people think that crime is a major problem in major cities. This is an 90% issue. And I think we as Republicans, we need to have a national battle plan and say, why would we not deploy the FBI, the National Guard? Do you know America becomes statistically a dramatically less murderous, less violent country if you were just to be able to get crime to go down in our 15 largest cities? The crime force in this country is so concentrated in our 15 to 20 highest cities. If you were able to modestly be able to put down the Chicago crime rate, it brings down the entire national crime rate. And this is also a housing issue. People say, Charlie, how do you solve the housing issue? Housing is cheaper for everyone when more neighborhoods are safe. It's an economic issue. A huge amount of growth is lost to crime. This is all a mindset. Crime is a mindset. You get what you put up with. But so many people will tell you that this is a takeover unnecessary. Look at this. This is Ro Khanna, play cut 270, Democrat.
In terms of Democrats standing up, should your Senate colleagues hold the government funding, hold their votes back on government funding in a couple of weeks in order to pull something from Republicans, whether that is getting the National Guard out of Washington, D.C., less weaponization of the DOJ? Should they be holding back their votes on the funding?
Is this even a question? Of course we should. Did we not learn our lesson when we acquiesced early on in the administration? Look, we didn't start off with a good foot. We had Democrats vote for Lake and Riley that has allowed for deportation without due process. We had Democrats vote for capitulation. We need to stand our ground.
That, you heard it right there. That is a leading Democrat in the House that says we absolutely should make D.C. more murderous. We absolutely should make D.C. more dangerous. Ro Khanna stands for more carjackings. I would love a chance to talk to these guys. This is such a winning issue for us. I'd love to be booked on Eugene Daniels' show. Maybe I should text him. Why would you stand up against less murders? More black people are alive. Mary Holland joins us next.